大家好，欢迎回来到我的频道，我是英国叔叔。我知道你在想什么，英国叔叔你在哪里？我今天来到参亚森绿园岛，为什么呢？因为 William 今天跟妈妈一起，所以爸爸有很多空，可以说吗？中文很难哎。Yes, William is with his mum, so Daddy has some free time to come and explore the beautiful bicycle paths of Taichung. We are going to be exploring the Tanyasen bicycle path today, but we mustn't forget about the Dongfeng, the Hofeng, the Hanxi. All of these beautiful bicycle paths connect the east to the west of Taichung. And while we're doing it, we are going to be riding my favorite method of transport, U-bike. Yes, we are going to be using this beautiful method of transport to get along this beautiful bicycle path. And while we're doing so, we are going to explore the beautiful restaurants and foods that can provide us with sustenance along the way. And I'll also be thinking about if William makes the move back to Taiwan, will we be choosing to live in the city center where I live now, or the beautiful, more rural suburbs that Taichung has to offer, and are connected to the hustle and bustle of the city center by these beautifully convenient and well-kept bicycle paths. As you can see, the sun is cracking the flags. It's getting hot already. Time to get on the bike, head to the first location, and start today's video. Let's go! It is a scorcher, but yes, countryside living, suburban living, or city living, which one is going to be best for William when he moves back to Taiwan permanently? So in this video, I'm going to try and show the pros and cons of the suburban lifestyle compared to the city lifestyle, for me personally, but more importantly for William. So let's start with some of the pros of city life for William. Of course, there's more social activity, there's more families, there's probably more opportunity for him to find friends, join clubs, and develop hobbies in the city compared to the countryside. And yes, everything I say in this video is going to have an alternative angle. There's going to be people that say they live in the countryside and they have hobbies and they have different clubs that they can attend. But I just feel after living in the countryside myself and the suburbs and the city centre, there's more going on in the city. It might seem pretty obvious, but yeah, when I think about William coming back to live in Taiwan permanently, I definitely want him to have as varied a social life with as many different hobbies as possible. But don't worry, this video isn't going to be me just singing the praises of my current city centre life. There are lots of positive things to be said about the suburbs and countryside of Taichung. So yeah, anyway, let's get back on the bike, head to the first location where hopefully there's going to be something to eat or drink. Okay, so the first interesting stop on our relaxing day of cycling and food is the Taiwan Miso Cultural Museum, where hopefully we can learn something and also eat or drink something. I am absolutely famished. Let's get inside, check it out. Easy, right? See? Okay, yes, so this special location is the Taiwan Miso Cultural Museum, and founded in 1945, almost 80 years ago. This was the first professional brewing factory in all of central Taiwan, which, although it's located just outside the town center of Fengyan, as you walk in, the aromas of soy sauce fill the air and really make me feel like I'm already in those back alleys of Fengyan town center, already in the Fengyan Miaodong Yesi, ready to taste and sample some delicacies. And talking of delicacies, I've already placed my order for their signature miso soup. So as soon as that arrives, we can dig in and put their almost 80 years of history to the test and see how good is their miso soup. Ooh, yes. 谢谢。
客人来，然后一定要喝我们的幸福的味噌汤。
很好喝。公湾是你们的特色吗？
对，这是红曲，我们有用一个我们自己的料理叫红曲酱。
红曲酱啊 ，red bean paste，OK。
我们的那个贡丸结合在一起，所以它是红色的，有没有？
好。
但是我们是有红曲猪肉贡丸，你试试看。
红曲猪肉贡丸。
对。
好 ，OK， 我试试看。哇，很好吃哎。
很 Q 弹。
对对对 ，QQ 的，哇喂，谢谢。
而且你刚刚骑脚踏车来，它其实喝了味噌汤，它可以补充体力。
哦，真的？
对，所以你会非常有精神，胜过一杯黑咖啡。
OK， 非常好，感谢你，感谢。喝光光 absolutely delicious, really authentic, traditional miso soup, as you would expect in the Miso Cultural Museum. But just to get back on topic and talk a little bit about the differences between countryside living and city-side living when it comes to William moving here. This kind of place is a strong win for the countryside suburbs, where you often find in Taiwan that factories or industry, they set up like a museum or an attraction where families can come and learn a little bit about how the products are made, which is something that we don't really have in the UK. You don't really have tours of factories or factory shops, factory museums, but these kind of places are very popular with schools, with tour groups, where you can come and learn a little bit about the industry itself. And yeah, you tend not to find these so much in the city, so this is definitely a strong plus for the countryside and suburban life when it comes to William making a change. As the lady said, I will be full of energy after my full bowl of miso soup. It's back onto the bike and on to the next location, and more importantly, the next food. Okay, so as we make our way to the next location, I just want to point out that even though it's a sunny, bright day, most of the bicycle paths in Taichung are lined with these beautiful trees overhanging, so it can feel a little bit warm, but you're definitely lucky to stay out of the sun. Don't get burned, stay nice and comfortable, nice and cool, and enjoy the bicycle path, even at this funny angle that my camera woman is filming it at. This is definitely countryside, suburban feeling. Back streets of Fengyan, where I used to live. Really nice feeling as we make our way to the next restaurant. This feels like a super traditional local area. I love it. Ooh, healthy pig. This fat pig is gonna try healthy pig. Yum yum. Oh, hello, 你好，你看过吗？
有酷，
哦，当然了。
我也有看过你。
OK， 很多人认识酷。你好，我要2碗猪血汤，一个炒面。Okay, and for the next location, we have come to a Fengyan staple restaurant, somewhere I never visited when I lived here, but since then I've heard that this is the most famous, most traditional, most delicious breakfast and lunch shop in all of Fengyan. And as you could see when I arrived, the queues are testament to that. And while I was queuing up, one of the locals recommended their signature fried noodle, piping hot, looks delicious. Let's see if it's as good as it looks. That is the perfect noodle. I love it. Over my 16 years of living in Taiwan, I've learned that noodles, just like wine or any other product, has a cheap version and an authentic version. These are definitely authentic, freshly made noodles. You can taste the quality of the wheat. I'm pretty sure it's locally sourced products, maybe I'm wrong, but definitely high quality noodles, with a really good taste, and importantly, not too oily at all. And the same guy who recommended the noodles to me when I was sitting down to eat came up to me and recommended that I must try the signature, specially homemade spicy sauce. So we're gonna go the whole hog, dump the whole lot into the noodles. Ooh-wee. And let's dig in. Ooh-wee. This is gonna be spicy. Definitely a little bit more spicy, but just way more flavorsome. Definitely adds an extra edge to these already delicious noodles. But that's gonna bring us on to this restaurant's speciality, and something that I'm not used to eating, something I don't usually eat. In fact, duck blood is something that I really try and avoid, but pig's blood generally has a bit more of a palatable taste for me. And of course, with a queue like the one I saw when I arrived, this one must be one of the best. Definitely something I've gotten used to over the years I've lived in Taiwan is that texture combined with the savory flavor, like a jelly that's not sweet, which is most foreigners' problems when it comes to eating things like blood. And of course, it makes a difference that I'm eating it in one of the best restaurants in the area, renowned for its pig's blood. Very healthy dish, full of iron, good for strength, good for middle-aged men like me, and possibly yourself who's watching this video. Highly recommend this restaurant if you ever find yourself in Fengyan. And the guy I spoke to as I entered the restaurant is going to highlight one of the other points that I think countryside or suburban living is a little better for families, and that's the way people are a little more relaxed, a little more friendly. That's not to say that people in the city are not friendly, but generally speaking, people who live in the city are a little bit busier maybe. The people in the countryside have a little more time, a little bit more relaxed way of lifestyle. You're probably going to disagree with me. Everybody in Taiwan is obviously busy with work, but I just feel like there's a little bit more of a relaxed lifestyle in the countryside, and that's true of any country. That would be the same back home in the UK. Guang guang, and absolutely delicious, and surprisingly for such a hot day, really refreshing dish, nice and light, not too heavy. And with how delicious it was, it's no surprise that this restaurant has been here serving good tasting food for the past 20 years, and I'm sure for many years to come. Anyway, time for me to pack up my bowls, get out of here, back on the bike, and maybe time for a coffee. Okay, so another delicious Taiwanese delicacy in my belly. So back on the bike to burn some calories. And I highly recommend all of you to get out, use the U-bike system, use the bicycle paths whether you're a resident here or you're just visiting. Take advantage of this awesome system. Get out, burn some calories, and enjoy the local scenery.
我有些想说有没有会遇到的，真的遇到你，我跟你照相好不好？很开心哦，好开心。
我也很开心。
哎呀，好开心遇到你。
你去过苗洞夜市吗？丰原苗洞夜市。
有。
你有食物的推荐吗？
食物我很久，就是以前有住那里，那里有庙洞里面有什么排骨酥，在那个庙里面那个巷子。
OK， 我们去找一下。Okay, so for the next location on this awesome tour of Taichung's bicycle paths, we have come into the center of Fengyan town itself. So the U-bike has been parked. We are just around the corner from the Miaodong Yesu, which we'll get to later. And we've come to June Cafe, a very cute, very noisy, very boisterous, very lively coffee shop. But we've gone for their afternoon tea set with the croissants, the bread, the cakes, the pudding, and of course, a delicious coffee recommended by the barista herself. Ooh. Yeah, that's good. It's light, almost fruity. But while I'm here getting through this afternoon tea, let's talk a little bit about some of the positives that William might enjoy if he lived in the city. I feel like I've been bashing the city centre, but there are, of course, a lot of pros to William living in the city centre. One of them being that a lot of the international schools or the bilingual schools that William might attend if he comes here, they are based in the cities, not so much in the countryside. Wow, a salty croissant. I wonder what my French friend would think of that. And not to mention that during this vacation that William has been on, he has been blown away by the convenience of where I live. I live right next to a 7-Eleven. There are restaurants on our doorstep. There's an MRT station that can take us to the HSR, that we can travel up and down the country. William, within a couple of weeks here, has already gotten used to the convenience of the city. So I feel like if I brought him to Taiwan and made him live in the countryside or outside of the city, it would feel like I've tricked him a little bit by showing him the convenience of the city, but then making him live in an inconvenient place out in the countryside. Whatever I choose, I'm sure William will be happy just to be back in Taiwan permanently with his dad, enjoying his new life in Taiwan. I'm sure you've all got lots of comments to make on this down below, so feel free to have your say in the comment section down below. As for now, time for me to get this afternoon tea finished, drink a coffee, and then time to hit the Miaodong Yesu. And just like that, our mission has been achieved. We have made it to Fengyan Miaodong Yesu. So let's get inside, go explore what delicacies are on offer. First on the list is the pai gu su, the lady on the bicycle path recommended to me, and then I'm sure there's going to be lots of other things to try. Let's get inside, go investigate. Wow, 他们排队什么? Whatever that is they're queuing for, we definitely have to come back and try. What is it? 菱角. Ooh, okay. Highly recommended to come here on a weekday afternoon. I come here on weekends sometimes, and it is absolutely packed. There's still a nice energetic feeling in the weekday, but at least I can move and I can breathe, get the pick of the locations without having to queue too much. 你有排骨酥吗？排骨酥。有排骨汤，有排骨面，米粉。Whoa, this is not what I was expecting. I was expecting a nice small snack, but this is absolutely huge. The aromas and the smells coming off this dish are absolutely amazing. The shanghai, the coriander mixed with the smell of those marinated deep fried pork ribs. Again with those really freshly made noodles. Oh my goodness. The flavors in that, so good. That is one of the best soups I've ever tasted in my whole life. My mom is going to kill me. Her soup is also delicious. But in Taiwan, this is one of the best soups I've ever tasted. Oh my goodness. Let's try some of the meat. Now I believe that these pork ribs are first marinated in a soy sauce blend and then deep fried before being served mixed with the noodles. Oh my god, the meat just falls apart in your mouth off the bone. Oh my god, this is unbelievably good. This is so good. Now at the Zhuxia Tang restaurant, I had some of the best noodles I've ever tasted. If these noodles are as good as the soup and the meat that I've tried so far, I'm gonna feel so lucky to have found 2 perfect noodle dishes in one day. This looks like it's mixed with bean sprouts, so hopefully that'll add some crunch. Another bowl of perfectly cooked noodles. I can't choose my favorite between the zhuxie tang tao mian or these paigu tang. This is amazing. I'm really eating like a king today. Wow, that was a mind-blowing bowl of noodles. Let's go find out what that queue at the start of the market was all about. See if it's worth all the fuss. After a 5 to 10 minutes wait, we have our ling su jiao. What are they called? Ling jiao su. 看起来很像 QQ 蛋欸。Ooh, 很好吃欸。If you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you'll know that I'm a big fan of texture. This texture is so interesting. The outside, of course, is nice and crispy and crunchy. The inside is soft, but not QQ. It's not like sweet potato balls. It's like a meaty kind of soft. I'm not too sure how to explain it. Only way you can find out, try it for yourself. I don't know about you guys watching, but I am absolutely sweltering hot. But the perfect remedy for the Taiwanese hot summer is a traditional 凤梨冰。
一杯吗？
一杯。
你要买袋子吗？
不用袋子，谢谢。Oh my goodness, that is the perfect remedy for a hot Taiwanese summer after a nice relaxing cycle through the countryside into the town center. So let's try to make a summary of today's video. First of all, the countryside versus the city center argument. Well, that's never going to be solved. That's never going to have a definitive answer. And it's definitely down to the situation in each individual family. I think William would be happy in the city center equally as much as he would be in the countryside. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section down below. And then of course we have to sum up the foods. The foods I've had today were absolutely amazing. From the miso soup, the pig's blood soup, the fried noodles, the afternoon tea at the coffee shop, and of course the several delicacies that we tried here at Miaodong Yeshi have absolutely blown me away, and I couldn't recommend them to you any more than I already have done. And the same goes, of course, for the bicycle paths and the U-bike system, which has allowed me to get around nice and simply, conveniently, and very eco-friendly style, which is what this video is all about. Enjoying Taichung's beautiful bicycle paths, enjoying Taichung's beautiful foods, and doing so in a green, environmentally friendly manner. And as the last sips of my Fengli Bing signal the end of this drink, it also signals the end of this video. All that's left for me to do is encourage you to attend Taichung Bicycle Carnival on September the 7th of this year. There's a link in the description down below. And of course, if you can't make it to that, then definitely go check out Taichung's bicycle paths and the U-bike system. Make the most of what this city provides for us. Get out and explore this beautiful country, and of course, the beautiful foods. I think that's enough from me. Thanks for watching. As for now, and as always, I'll see you next time in my life in Taiwan. Peace. Bye-bye.